Hello everyone, welcome back to FX Capital Analysis and Forecasting. For this week, we're going to focus on our forecasting analysis for the next week, which is week 39. So for this week, we will start with our first pair, which is gold USD. In high time frame, we can see gold USD still in the same shape since last few weeks. Create a one bigger arc and the one red line, impulse to the upside and create correction to the downside. If you want to see the correction, we need to zoom into lower time frame. This blue line is one red line that we draw from the high time frame with height to see the clean price action. So in 1 hour time frame, we can see price impulse squeezing in this area, squeeze in this area. So what we're looking for this pair is we're going to trade this pattern move to downside, but this has possibility. If you see this price action has potential to move to the upside as a continuation. So we see which price confirmation going to offer us. What I'm looking for this pair is I will wait price to move to this one trend line here. I will set my entry after the 1 hour retracement candle or any candle shape formation. If after price or alert triggered to this trend line, and sell to the downside. So for this pair, I'm looking for sell setup first, then we see how price develop. Is we going to change to buy setup, but I will focus to sell setup on this pair. Next, we're going to move our second top pair, which is Australian dollar Swiss franc. We move to the high time frame first. We see price at descending channel, break descending channel. We apply a pattern separation in this area. What we're looking for is move to the upside. However, when we see in lower time frame, you can see price. This is the pattern separation that I tell you before. So this is one big correction after this descending channel. So for this pair, what I'm looking for is I will wait price to create correction, make any confirmation. If price touch this area, triggered my alert, I will wait for any candle shape formation. After candle shape formation, give me confirmation. I will count my stop loss. Depends on the candle shape size. In case it's within 15 pips, I will sell to the upside. If price didn't touch this area, I will just let go and move to other pair and other opportunity. So for this pair, we expect price to give us big confirmation or big percentage in profit, move to the upside. This is blue line. If you in community, you understand this is 90% rules. That price have possibility to move to the outside. It's about 671 pips. If we able to capitalize this, it's good. If you're not able to capitalize, keep practice and we have abundance of opportunity to enter the market. Next, we're going to move to the third pair. Is Canadian dollar Swiss franc. In Canadian dollar Swiss franc, in high time frame, you see price squeeze in, impulse to the outside, move to the outside, impulse again to the downside, and create similar pattern, move to the outside in smaller factor. This is big factor, this one smaller factor. So price create bear flag after this ascending channel. So we zoom to lower time frame. This is small factor that we talk about. Ascending channel, price move to the downside, create one correction, move to the downside again, create one kind of bigger correction than this one. So I'm looking for price to move to this 90% rules. So how I'm going to enter this position? I just set an alert in this area. If price sell from this area, I will set an entry, move to the downside. However, there's a possibility that price create the flag in this area. In that case, I will set my entry here. If price move to the outside, so I will sell from this position. Other than that, if price move to downside or the upside without touching this point of area, I will not interested to enter. That's all for this pair. We move to another pair, which is New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar. For this pair, we can see in high time frame, it's a high time frame price. In high time frame, we can see price show one big descending channel. This is if you familiar with New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar, that we did trade in this area, move to the upside. However, price trickle up again, give us another opportunity if we want to enter again this position. This will be the move that I'm looking for. If we move to lower time frame, so using these tools that move to the outside, only 64 pips is nothing. It will take less time to move to the outside, only 64 pips to the outside. So what I'm looking for, price to create one touch here. If I miss this touch, I'll just wait one flag, move to downside. This will be my setup. Sell to the downside or as a risk entry or reduce risk entry. If you understand, if you in community, you understand what is risk entry and reduce risk entry. So this will be two possibility move that I will enter, or two possibility setup that I will enter this position. Next, we move to another pair, which is New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen. This pair if we see, this is very typical position that we trade. Price at descending channel, and we expect price to move to the upside. You can see from previous pair, Australian CHF, is kind of similar situation happening in this pair. So for this pair, if we zoom to the downside, price squeeze in these patterns, vertical patterns similar to gold position. This will be my forecasting. Price squeeze in as a continuation and move to the upside. So in this position, I will wait price to make another touch from here. It's one touch, second touch, and there will be third touch, and wait any candle shape formation and move to the outside. So that's all for this pair. But we see if price move to the outside, as a 90% rules is about 800 pips. You can see the percentage depend on how much your stop loss, how many. So there will be our setup for this pair. Last pair for our top pair is USD Canadian dollar. For this pair, you can see how the price develop as this ascending channel. So price move to the outside, price move to the downside and start creating a correction, what we call is bear flag. So in 1 hour time frame, what I'm looking for this is just wait price to make touch from this area, move to the downside as a sell setup. This will be a valid trade if I able to enter the valid trade, one of valid trade that I will enter for next week, because price at the middle of structure. If you're in community, you understand what is high probability trade, what is valid trade, which is we only focus or more focus in high probability trade. However, we still take valid trade because valid trade price still can playing out, but in large number of volume or data, high probability trade high probability trade will play more or give us more percentage in profit. Next, we move to our wildcard. First wildcard will be pound New Zealand dollar. Pound New Zealand dollar is in correction phase. If we draw one structure, impulse, correction, continuation, this is what we call price structure. Price always in this phase, similar to previously. If you draw for this line, show us similar situation, but in buy setup, this will be sell setup. However, we did trade in correction phase as well in this area, this area, this area. This is, if you want to understand more, you need to learn what we in our community. We need to understand the community teach you how to trade the correction. If you in community, you understand how to trade the correction. We forecast day by day, week by week based on correction. However, we trade this pair like this. However, I'm personally looking for buy setup for this pair, because I just want price to make a touch from here and continue make a bigger correction before the price move to the downside. In this pair, I just wait price to I just wait price to enter this area, set my alert in this trend line, wait for any candle shape formation, because this pair one candle can be 100 pips. If you compare with other pair, this personal pair will have bigger sizing in pips. However, we focus in our strategy, we only trade 15 to 50 stop loss. For example, let me show you this personal candle shape. If we pick up one candle shape, can be sized as 100 pips, 130 pips. So if you're able to enter this pair, you need to be careful, extra careful, and very precise in entering this pair. However, it will give you huge profit, because the percentage and the pips sizing in one candle shape can be 100 pips personally. We try to calculate one more candle shape. If we focus on this red candle, one red candle can be 180 pips. So be extra careful when you enter this position for this pair. Focus on candle shape formation on the high probability area. So I will wait for one candle shape formation from here, give me any confirmation to move to the outside and sell to outside. So if my stop loss within 50 pips, I just enter this position. So if we zoom in, if you're able to capitalize to move to down upside, one big correction equal to 2000 pips. So be extra careful when you enter this position. However, we keep our focus. We did not afraid of the market. We kept our stop loss or our loss in 1% cap. However, when the price playing out or not playing out, we move to other opportunity. So nothing to worry about. It's just extra knowledge for this pair. Next, we move to Swiss Japanese yen. Swiss Japanese yen already at correction phase, similar pattern, impulse, correction, move to the downside as a continuation. So price already break or pull back from this area. We did forecast this pair week by week. Price did move to downside from this area. If you're able to sell from this position, if you still in this position, you're able to capitalize to downside. However, there's a possibility and probability move to the outside as well. So in this case, if I want to enter this position again or scale in this position, I will wait for any flag to develop. support. This will be support by double top and move through downside. So that's all the position or setup that I'm looking for this pair. Next, we move to our final wildcard, which is Australian Canadian dollar. It's a very typical pattern similar to Australian CHF or NZDJPY. Descending channel and move to the upside. Price already break the descending channel, create one bull flag and expect to move to 90% rules. So in 1 hour time frame, what I'm looking for this pair, if you little bit advanced in pattern or structure, you able to sell and buy this position. So I'm going to teach you how to sell and buy this position. So our forecasting is we expect price to move to the upside. We expect price to move to the upside in high time frame. However, what I'm looking for is, for this pair, I'm looking for to sell this position first. Looking for is price touch this area, I will sell this position, move to downside. If price did touch this area, move to the downside. And if price did touch this area, want to touch this area, I will sell this position, move to the upside. So this will be buy and sell setup. This what we call is short-term sell and long-term buy, because our buy position will be huge target to 90% rules. So there will be buy and sell setup for this position. However, if I in other position or with other risk in other position, I will not enter any position. Even the setup's very good, I will keep 1% at a time. That's the way we manage our risk. We don't let the profit out of control, and we don't let the loss out of control, and we let the profit run forever. If you want to let the profit run forever, there's trade management, live trade management that we teach in the community. If you want to learn, you can DM us in Instagram or YouTube. So that's all for this pair. If you want to trade and be patient in forex trading or any trading platform, in any strategy, doesn't matter if you trade structure, if you trade pattern, if you trade indicator or any other strategy, you must have the dedication. That's all for this week. Hopefully you success in trading, because we have abundance opportunity in trading. There's a price action, there's an indicator, there's a many strategy in the world. But trust me, the only thing that give you success is discipline, routine, and how you going to manage the trade. That's the only way. You only focus on strategy. The profit is just a side effect of everything. That's all, guys. Please subscribe to our YouTube and follow our Instagram. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.